What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pearl Daily here on the Audacity Network. Welcome to the show. Hit the like button on the way in. I do apologize. I am early today. I am early, which is why I'm gonna mess around. We're gonna hang out a little bit before I actually start the show. I guess I'll tell you about random things in my life. I've decided to throw away a bunch of my hoodies. I decided I need to look a little bit more presentable for these shows. I thought, you know what, I'm being kind of lazy. I need to stop with these ugly hoodies. I don't know if I'm going to regret that. I'm a little nervous because I'm like, I swapped them with these like sweater things. I'm like, I'm going to look more professional. Another thing, we're in the middle of building this music studio. You can kind of see it in the back, but ideally, I'm going to produce some of the music that I show on this channel. So it's going to be pretty cool. All right. So we're going to wait a little bit to get into the main topic, but I'm just going to ramble about my life. So the divorce documentary, we actually found a decent sized donation, but if anyone else wants to donate, there's a GoFundMe link in the description, or you can reach out to me, just pearlythings@gmail.com if you'd like a significant donation. And I went and I hung out with one of the documentary donors this weekend. We went to like an Eagles concert. And I thought I was going to a football game because I thought the Eagles was football. But it turns out the Eagles is actually a band. So I'm like ready. I'm ready to go. And so I tell Doug MPA, because he also went, and I'm like, Doug MPA, get ready, wear some warm clothes. We're going to this Eagles game. And then he calls me back and he's like, Eagles game, we're going to a concert. And I'm like, the Eagles is a band? And so I go to this concert, right? And it was a bunch of old people, obviously, because I myself have not heard of this band. So obviously if it was for young people, I would have heard of it. And I have never heard of this band. So I'm like, I go to the concert. It's a bunch of old people. No offense to the people at the concert, but I think the average age was like 60, 70, probably 60 or 50. So anyways, I go to this concert and the concert starts and it gets like dark in the auditorium, and it's in Vegas. It's in like this sphere thing. And the first guy starts playing, and some of the songs I recognize, but the first guy goes, and I'm thinking, wow, I play guitar, right? So his guitar skills were impeccable, and his voice incredible. Then the drummer starts singing, and I'm like, the drummer can sing? And it's phenomenal. The next guy starts singing. Then I see this random young guy at this concert. And I ask, I'm like, what is the young guy? Why is there one guy that's not like all the other guys kind of looked almost dead, if I'm being honest, like that 1 foot, like they're pretty old. And this other guy was young, and they tell me, Pearl, his dad died. I almost cried. So he was playing for his dad, and he was phenomenal. I felt robbed in that moment. I felt like I was robbed because my whole life I had to listen to Jason Derulo and Taylor Swift. That was what my generation gave me. Even Luke Bryan. I love Luke Bryan. He was like my high school favorite artist. I felt robbed. I'm like, life in the 80s must have been awesome. I wish I was born 15 years after like 1980, 16. I'm like, it was all white people. So I'm like, that's amazing. It's not like there's a bunch of Indians now and all these other races. It must have been like 80% white, 90% white. It was like Doug MPA was the only black guy there. And he was like, this is amazing. Sorry, I don't know if that. So incredible, right? And every band member was better than every young artist. We have what? Sabrina Carpenter now, Olivia Rodrigo. Fuck them. Taylor Swift. Fuck them. So I'm like, you would go out, they would have this level of music playing. That was amazing. There was no social media, so no one was on their phones. People actually could fall in love back then. I mean, the wives cheated later when they got Facebook, but you could at least enjoy that decade. And so I was sitting there and I just felt robbed. I felt robbed. I thought, I wish I was alive during this generation. So anyways, but the good news is we have we're picking a documentary team, I think in the next 2 weeks. Most likely in the next 2 weeks we will pick a documentary team. If you do want to help, while we officially can fund the documentary, the more donations we get, the bigger guests we can get on. So I would love to get in contact with like Brad Pitt. Just because I think he'd be a good divorce documentary, or maybe someone else big name. We don't have to, right? But it would just be cool to see what the choices are. So if you want to donate like $20,000, $10K, okay, $5. Again, GoFundMe or justpearlythings@gmail.com. The other cool thing is I got a new guitar. So I don't know. I'm just going to tell you guys things, you know. I got a new guitar. So if anyone cares, it plays a lot better. I didn't realize how much easier my life would be with a new guitar. So, but we're going to do the piano to start the show. My cooking journey has been going good. The one thing I got today, I don't know what I did wrong. Every day there's something I do wrong, but the way I look at it is the more I do wrong, the better I get, you know. I was trying to lightly fry some chicken and it just stuck to the skillet a little bit too much. And it normally doesn't, but the chicken was in like smaller pieces. Like I cut it smaller, like the breast usually doesn't do that. But when I cut it smaller, so I was like, I don't know. Potential subjects for the documentary. We might do the guy who got his kid transition, might be one of the leads. We might do Terrence will probably be in it. But if you guys have suggestions, everybody emails me their divorce story saying they want to say it in the documentary. The information, I guess you'd have to tell me to do that. What state you're in, how many kids you have, how old they are, and what makes your story, you know, unique or different. Put that justpearlythings@gmail.com. You can just send it. So let's see. Yeah, we're going to redo the app soon. That's another interesting thing. Any advice on being put into the shadow realm by YouTube? I love talking about 304s and woke nonsense, but man, do they suppress videos. I have a hard time believing your videos are suppressed. They probably just suck. 90% of the time when I hear that, they just aren't that good. But my advice is to never use generalities, even though I use them all the time. But every time I've gotten in trouble, it's because I used a generalization. So you have to say like, not all. I have a female fan. Incredible. I also went to Leonardo's show. So I chickened out. I was going to do stand-up. And I got there and I chickened out. I'm kind of embarrassed that I chickened out. but I was kind of afraid I was going to freeze on stage, and I didn't practice again. And I'm like, I can't have this circulating on Twitter. I have bad stage fright. I know, sometimes I still get nervous before streams. Isn't that crazy? I've done 1,000 of these and I still get, it's like, I don't know how to make it go away. I try to just do it more. And then I think eventually I won't have stage fright. But I do go to karaoke, or I am going to do stand up, like open mics, until I get good enough. And then I'm going to do one with Leonarda. So eventually I'm going to do an opener for her. Oh, I'm also running a half marathon in April. So if anybody wants to run a half marathon, I don't want to get killed or anything. So maybe I shouldn't tell you guys where I'm doing it, but I think it'd be kind of fun. Like, wouldn't it be kind of fun to all run one together? But on Twitter, you can tweet me a picture of you every day. You take a selfie, you smile, and you say, I ran this far. Maybe you tweet me your time if you don't want your picture in it. But it's going to be kind of a fun thing. I'm going to milk this a little bit because I told people I'd start at 5. So what do I want to react to start the show? I'm going to let enough people get in here, and then I'll get going on it. Let's see. Dropping you some support. Much love from Dr. Karlin Broyisenko's research group. I'm bad with names. Should I know who that is? I'm incredibly terrible with names. It's like incredibly bad. It's like, it's my Achilles heel. The names of studies, the names of everything. I was just so excited to see you guys. That's why I came here early. I was just sitting and I'm like, I want to hang out. I grew up in the 80s and I'm a female fan. Stop lying. You guys aren't fans of me. You're just here to nag me. I know it. I know women. You guys are here to tell me how I could communicate better. You guys are here to tell me what I'm not doing good enough. I know women. Don't lie to me. Yeah, there's no female. Yeah, it's just a guy with a female account. I know it. I know it. Do you know what was incredible? I'm going to actually go through my Twitter before this whole thing started, because I have been tweeting the last few days. All right, here we go. I'm going to show my Twitter. I'm going to skip over. Here we go. So this was me at the gym today, if anyone cares. I get kind of embarrassed taking pictures at the gym. So most of my gym selfies are pretty ugly. Like, I don't like being that girl. You know what I mean? It's just not. I saw this one super viral. I'm like, how do I get this many views on my channel? What the hell? Why does it go on this random Thomas Sowell account? This is bullshit. Bullshit. What's your plan when men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society running?
Can you give me an example of which jobs you're referring to?
Logging, plumbing, crab fishing, oil rig.
Mm-hmm.
When men stop doing the dangerous jobs,
mm-hmm.
when men stop getting married, when men stop having kids, what's your plan?
I'm not worried about that.
Of course you're not.
No. I don't have a plan, Pearl, for a situation in which men no longer do those jobs.
The very microphone you're using was built by men. The building was built by men. And there's no gratitude or appreciation. You just tell them they're not doing enough. Future is not going to be great for feminists. You guys are going to get the equality that you're asking for. Men are not going to protect women in the streets. Men are going to stop signing up for the infrastructure jobs. The birth rate's going to keep falling, and the future is going to be bleak. Incredible. Okay, wait. This is all about the Sarah stuff, which I will get to. But we're going to wait. We're going to wait. I did a poll. Who would you rather marry, gun to your head, an OnlyFans whore, or a trad e-girl? This is what I mean. You guys are such simps. how after all of this, the trad e-girl wins. That's incredible. Incredible. Okay, wait, let's see. Oh, this girl completely stole my take. I couldn't even believe it when I read it. So I covered the Call Her Daddy girl last week. And in my opening statement, I'm the one who said the ivory tower. And I'm the one who started calling women brat. I see why Rollo kind of hates me because I do use a lot of his work, but I credit him, But she goes, the most influential female podcaster in the world, Alex Cooper, Call Her Daddy, had a meltdown over screaming the F word at her followers last week over equal rights and how terrible it is to live in a patriarchy because a woman has never been president. It is perhaps, and this part, it is perhaps the most out of touch celebrity brat ivory tower post I've ever seen in my life from a woman who recently signed a $125 million podcasting deal to tell other women to sleep around and have abortions. I'm like, Isabella, at me. I mean, this is ridiculous. At me. I'd like credit. And then she goes back to the lack of female accountability, which is what they do. This is the result of brainwashing entire generations of women to believe they genuinely live in a patriarchal society built on inequality rather than embracing their literal equality to build something beautiful. Yeah, women are, whenever, I'm really tired of this. Women are brainwashed into being whores. It's like, you didn't need much brainwashing to suck an MLB player's dick. You didn't need brainwashing to do a gangbang in college with the local fraternity brothers. You didn't need the situationship. You weren't brainwashed into accepting that. You just wanted to bang him, I watched an Elvis Presley Priscilla documentary, and apparently Elvis got cheated on with a karate instructor. And I'm like, you guys got to stop sending your girls to self-defense classes. I thought this was funny. Hold on.
What's the secret to a happy marriage? Yeah. What's the slow job?
Baby, look, I found the secret. You're not gonna believe this. It's unbelievable.
Incredible. That was funny. Oh yeah. This has been Nick, you could have added me for this one. Because I've been saying this for a while. It's weird though if Nick does it, then I don't really care. It's like men can do what women can't. I'm gonna react to this.
To what you said about getting outnumbered, I never understood why white women don't want kids until I took a human sexuality class at UW-Madison. No wonder nobody wants kids when 300 white girls an hour willingly sit in front of a 75-year-old Jewish woman who tells them all men are rapists and they should try lesbianism.
That's just crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, these poor whores are being victimized. Yeah, no woman would be a complete whore if they weren't told to be one by a Jewish liberal professor. Do you hear yourself? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Women are tricked into sucking the frat guy's dick. I'm sure that's exactly what happened.
Women never have any accountability. I saw a tweet from someone I know. I don't want to say who it is, but she said, I want to marry a man who not only doesn't watch porn, but he was so repulsed by porn because it exists off of the exploitation of vulnerable women that he can't even get aroused by it. I was like, oh my gosh, that is the most feminist bullshit I have ever heard in my life. Yeah, these poor girls, poor women and girls are being forced to make $100 million a year by scandalizing 14-year-olds on OnlyFans and Kick, masturbating on camera. Oh, poor. Or someone think of
it's so much funnier when he says it.
Women and girls, dude, they choose to do it. They are not the victims. They are willing participants. And I got a little news flash for you. You want to be trad and everything like that, then you need to shut the fuck up. because you can't have it both ways. You can't say that women have no agency and therefore cannot be held accountable, and then say, but I get to tell everybody my opinion and I get to tell people what to do and I should be respected, because you can't have it both ways. Either you are a person with agency, which means the ability to make decisions, and you must be held accountable for your decisions, or you're not. If you're accountable, then you can give your opinion and stuff. But if you're not, then you really need to shut up forever. You can't have it all ways like that. But this is the refrain that we get from so-called traditionalists. Everywhere and any time that a woman does something wrong, it's always because of a man somewhere. A man led her down the bad path. Her father wasn't man enough. Her boyfriend wasn't man enough. Her husband wasn't man enough. The problem is we don't have enough good men. And that's why women cheat on their husbands. That's why women are whores. That's why they're obnoxious. Give me a break. Let me tell you something about women. Your average woman, not a modern woman, not a liberal woman. Dude, your average woman would crawl over broken glass on fire to fuck a Chad. Okay? That is your average woman. Your average woman, controlled by her loins, controlled by her primal impulses.
Oh my God. Of course. Of course, the woman in the chat says this. Simps let women have feminism. Yeah, because women nagged them to death. Nagging is like the death of 1,000 cuts. And women just nagged. Women did the first nag. And then men said, fine, bitch, shut the fuck up. And most men, it wasn't really their choice. It was like a few elite men. And then every man had to deal with the consequence. Not credible. And that's kind of what's happening now, right? Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, all these elite men in society push policies that destroy and even kill the average man. The shit they've pushed have, I would say directly or indirectly, has pushed a lot of men to get married, which, when the wife fucks their life up, now they've committed suicide. Are they responsible? And it's crazy because if I push a drug without a warning label, I can be held responsible for that. But these commentators that push marriage and don't warn men, are they responsible when they off themselves because they're on child support for life? No. Anyways.
She would crawl on hands and knees, bloodied and bashed, on fire for miles to have a chance with a 6'5" genetically superior male. And that is a fact. And that is the black pill. That is the brutal reality about life. And she would do it over and over and over again. And that's the reality.
Now, this is the energy I was hoping Nick would have on this whole thing. I'm going to get into it.
And the only thing that constrains that is patriarchy. The only thing that constrains that is a blanket societal stigma around being a whore. That's it. It's the man's ability to enforce and reinforce these social expectations from their mothers, from the nuns, from the men, from society, from the media. Women need to know, if I'm a whore, I will be ostracized. I will not be able to get resources. I will be totally screwed. Steven Crowder's wife, Steven Crowder's a conservative Christian guy. She called him like a rapist because he told her, he said, hey, watch it. And she said, he's abusing me. He's an abuser. It's like, oh, is Steven Crowder not one of the good men? Like, what are you talking about? Women are crazy. Women are totally crazy. They will crash out for no reason. They will see something stupid on TikTok. Their idiot friend will tell them something, and they will start creating problems with their husband. The husband can be the nicest guy, the best guy, hardworking, loving, attentive. Women will literally see something on TikTok. They'll watch a stupid ass movie. Their dumbass coworker will tell them something and they will torpedo a good marriage. There's countless anecdotes about this. It happens all the time. You know, look, it takes.
And it's so crazy. I'm actually getting pissed watching this because Nick comes out during this e-girl, and I like Nick, okay? But Nick, I got beef for you. The gossip's okay when it's Crowder, right? That gossip's okay. This gossip, not okay. Complete bullshit. Oh my God, such bullshit. 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 Oh my God, I'm so tired of the white knighting. I cannot take it anymore.
To tango. Like, men do not own all of women's actions. They just don't. People say, how do you understand women when you're an incel? It's like,
okay, no. And this is what they're going to say. Sarah supported Nick. That's why. I don't give a fuck. Do you know how many men Sarah has officially deterred from Catholicism? And I'm going to get into this. I'm going to get into this in a second. But I'm going to get passionate about this because this hits really close to home for me because I grew up Catholic and it makes me sick to my stomach watching these people use Catholicism as a way to build their brand. Fuck you. That's how I feel about it. Look, I am not practicing. I don't even think I have the right to call myself a Catholic. I don't live a good enough life. Do you know how disrespectful I find it when people that converted yesterday are posting it all over social media and bringing all the attention to themselves and using religion for clout? And when they get caught, it's, oh no, don't gossip. Fuck you. Fuck you. I look at, because I know people that really, really believe in their faith. They don't act like this bullshit. I feel like I'm Jesus in the temple, you know, flipping over tables. And I'm not even religious. And it's like the men in the church, where are you? I'm gonna get into it more, but this is making me heated because you can. I'm not religious. I'm not the one that should be pissed, and I'm pissed. Okay, I'm going to continue.
well,
I know I have a whole show written. I'm getting preheated.
that's the only way, if you're an incel, if you're outside of it, that you can understand it. Because men that have a girlfriend, that have a wife, that are ceaselessly chasing sex, chasing women, they're never going to get it. That's why Chads, incels, this is the only group that gets it. Incels because they're outside of it. Chads because it's so abundant for them that they have an abundance mentality. That's really what it comes down to. Beta males are so desperate, wanting. They have to create narratives and stories that they tell themselves about themselves. Chads, on the other hand, don't need to do this. So I said this to Clav. I said this to Piers Morgan. The only way out of the matrix is to be on either side of this bell curve, either getting no sex or getting infinite sex. It's these beta males in the middle that don't get it. And that's where you get shit like this, where they say, oh, the women are, they're being tricked into being whores. It's like, brother, they want to be whores. And it's not all of them, obviously. There's good women and bad women, just like there are good men and bad men. We can't be naive about human nature. It affects all of us.
Layout guy sent $20.
All right. Let me see what else we tweeted about while I was gone. Oh, they're saying this guy was on Epstein's island. I'm like, guys, I don't care what the hell you say to me. This guy didn't rape anybody. Whatever the women did with this guy, it was consensual. I mean, this was a consensual relationship, whoever fucked him. Oh, this is the beginning of my running challenge. Oh, I'm trying to do pancakes. I'm really immobile. So I don't know if anybody has any tips on pancakes. I've gotten my touching my toes pretty good. And I'm actually pretty close. I'm getting a lot closer on my front splits and side splits, but men make wives out of whores all the time. And that's why they're mad. And we're going to actually see this today. I learned, let's see. Just in my experience, I was thinking about it. And I think over half of attractive women are doing some sort of sex work that are 8s or above. A lot of men hate that they love whores. Oh, I was thinking how funny it was that they're bringing a woman into space and how these men thought they could get out of the planet and not be nagged by women. And then they brought an old broad. They got to be pissed. They have got to be pissed off. Oh, actually, I'm going to do one more rant before I get into the show. The biggest pushers of body positivity are men. Because when men are banging a fat chick, there is nobody that'll defend her to the end of time that she's not fat. Or talk to any guy about a girl he's banged or wants to bang. So many times I'm like, she's fat. And I'd say fat is anything that's overweight or obese. Even close to overweight, I think can be fat. Like 27% body fat, that's fat. And the men are the first ones to say, she's not fat. Really? Really? Congratulations, fellas. You got what you asked for. You got what you asked for. Congratulations, Now you have fat women. Oh, apparently Jason Love fathered a kid that wasn't his, which is insane. He's like a sex demon and it wasn't enough, huh?
I mean, I had a daughter. But yeah, I found out about a year ago that she wasn't mine. So it was kind of
a year ago.
Yeah.
How old was
16. Right?
You had
I was doing
you
a
had a
trust
daughter
fund.
For 16 years.
Yeah, I was doing a trust fund and my accountant and my lawyer was like, yo, this is kind of big. You should take a DNA test so we can put it in a folder. I'm like, all right, so I tell her it's a COVID test. Swab. Home test. Not mine. I'm like, weird. It's probably just a cheap test. Get a better one. Do it again. Not mine. Ain't no way. I could have swore my mom was a virgin. Obviously, I didn't know how big my dick was back then, so everybody felt like a virgin in the beginning. So I'm like, ain't no way. So I research and I find the best genetic doctor. Fly him to my home, take the test.
But at this point, she knows that it's a DNA test?
No. I'm like, baby, my assistant have COVID. Another one got COVID. I'm just want to check everybody.
What was the conversation like with the mother?
So she was with me in Miami for like 2 weeks or whatever. And it was time for me to bring her home. I kind of kept it quiet. And she goes in. I'm like, hey, tell your mom to come outside. My mom will come out. And she's like, oh, hey, I need some money for this. I said, okay, that's fine. Here, I handle the paper. She opened. Ain't no way. Whatever. I'm going to take my own test. I'm like, well, you can have some hair right now, boo. This is the best way you can get.
Incredible women. Incredible. Another woman claiming purity when there's pictures of her in underwear on the internet. There's me and Leonardo. What a great time I had. I also went shooting. That was kind of fun. Pretty fun. I was thinking about how gossip is porn for women. I want to know where I can get a dress like this. This dress is so cute. If anyone knows where I can get this dress. I tried to find it. I've seen a trend of Gen Z women becoming more lesbian, and I think it's going to be a phase for a lot of them. Have any of you guys seen that? Okay, these are my deep stretch. Okay. I'm trying to get my heels to the ground and my side splits. I was like, this picture is kind of embarrassing, but that's why I had to post it even more. I was like, this is kind of an embarrassing picture. Like I definitely look kind of ugly and weird. But I was like, I think they need to know I'm human. And I want people to see the progress. I'm going to get my splits, I think, in the next year. But that was my goal last year and I didn't hit it. So I was like, I said that to someone at the gym. I'm like, yeah, my goal this year is to get the splits. And he's like, didn't you say that last year? I'm like, why did you have to remind me? I'm like, you didn't have to rub it in. You know, you didn't have to. Why'd you have to do that? Yes, obviously I failed. I didn't hit it. I didn't hit it. Yeah, so. Oh, I saw this clip of Caleb Hammer. I think it's incredible how Caleb Hammer said I'm too controversial to come on the show, but he has on sex workers. This is the society I'm forced to live in. Incredible.
What is it?
He's spending a shit ton on only. Well, not f***ing her? Well, not being intimate with your...
She needs to lose weight.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. She would be really cute, but you got to drop like 50 pounds. If you cared about him, I mean, you'd lose the weight.
Nice to know. F you for that, I guess. After you've told me that, because I know he used to do that a long time ago. He said it was before we were together.
Oh.
Why wouldn't you? Like, I've told you, you can be honest with me about that stuff.
Women are like, oh, you can be honest with me as they're crashing out. And they're like, well, that's why he's not honest.
It's just something weird to be honest about.
Well, you don't even want to be with me?
No, it's not.
You told me you canceled
that.
it is the point. You told me you canceled it is the point.
Yes, and I did.
Then why do you have it?
Because I did another one.
Why? F you for that, honestly. Like, genuinely, F you for that. Because why would you lie to me about that when you don't even want to be with me?
I never said I didn't want to be with you.
Then why would you rather do it
Grow a pair. Tell her to lose weight.
somewhere else than with me? That is you directly not wanting to be with me.
Not really.
So then what is it? Then what is it if it's you doing it and not wanting to do it with me?
I mean, I can get horny when you're not home.
But when I've asked you, do you do stuff like this in your spare time? You say no.
Yeah, because I don't do it all the time.
But not doing it all the time doesn't mean that you don't do it.
Yeah, she could have just used that energy and stopped nagging and got on the treadmill. But, you know, I was thinking about how most of the people I know that are pastors are pretty stupid. And I'm like, I think most pastors are just guys that didn't want to work. So that was my tweet there. Most pastors are just guys who weren't smart enough to get a real job. I think a lot of people agreed because it got like over 1,000 likes. The Eagles, okay, I'll give you my analysis of the Eagles as someone that had never seen them. This guy I thought was the best singer. This guy was good too. He kind of reminded me of like a 70s surfer guy. I don't remember which one was the drummer, but his voice and his were my favorites. Oh, but I really liked this guy's too. I think these two were my favorite voices and whoever the drummer was. So phenomenal. Really good. That's probably going to copyright me. I can't play it, but it was really good. Oh, I went on Talk TV so we can react to this together. I am going to get into the topic, but I'm going to milk this a little bit. I am. All right, we're going to Talk TV.
Right now, feminism has given women a lot of power. And
like, I got stage fright before this. I don't know what it is. I have it, you know. On my show, I don't, because I mean, sometimes I do, but on my show, I don't as much because I'm like comfortable here, but I gotta get over it.
Society and all of society is crumbling because of it. You can see this in family court. Most men don't have access to their children after following a divorce. You can see this just in like the behavior of women in society. Essentially, we're just drunk on power. Anti-feminist, the challenge with that term, it kind of assumes you can do something about it. And the world's kind of going the way it's going. And there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, they don't like that take. Like a lot of the comments were saying, Pearl, you used to be so happy and now you're black pilled. I actually think I'm happier now. But the stuff I say doesn't sound as nice. It sounds a lot nicer to say, hey, traditionalism is going to come back. I believe in conservative values. Yeah, we can save the culture. It doesn't sound very nice to say the whores have won. They have officially won and we have lost. Conservatives lost the last fight. They lost the fight after that, and they're going to keep losing and taking these L's. But one's true. You know what I mean? One is true and one is untrue. Something true would be, look at ladies, you got to whore a little bit to get what you want in 2026. And we're going to see that today. The 304s in Christian tradwife clothing is an epidemic. Men fall for it with no warning and signs. And result is families broken by feminism. There are warning and signs, just like there were for Sarah, and I'm going to show you this. But men refuse to and don't want to see it. I was talking to Rachel recently, and she's like, how did you know? And I'm like, because it was obvious. Rachel humbly admitted she was wrong. I do appreciate the humility, but Rachel, I'm like, you should never, man or woman, never defend a woman's past because you have no idea. Not mine, not Rachel. Look, that's what, I was on a space with Bryson Gray the other day, and his wife, she was one of the nicest women I've met and like most feminine, kind, sweet, soft. If I had to pick a woman that really doesn't have a past, I would pick her and say, I believe her. But I don't know. I'm not like, if I had to bet money, I'm like, I'm not betting money on that. Women are the epitome of liars. So why would I, like, that's why men that like ruthlessly defend their woman's past, I'm like, something's wrong with you because you're an idiot. You're stupid. Like, women are naturally born liars. You have no idea. I know so many men that said, oh, I got this special virgin woman that didn't have a past like that. And then they turn out like Sarah Stock's husband. Even the women that I'm fairly certain, I'm like, you can't know. Okay, let's see.
You.
So many would just simply say, no, hang on, Pearl, this is equality. It's just equality. Years ago, you go back to the 60s, you can go back further than that. Women didn't have the vote. Women stayed at home. Now women have careers. And this is, of course, in our lifetimes, that's now the norm.
I don't really like that view of history because when you think about it, we always talk about how women don't have.
Okay. Do you see there? Sometimes when I'm talking, I just blank. Oh my God. And that'll happen to me. I don't know how to make it go away. I'm like, am I retarded or something? Like, it'll just, I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's like phone and like social media addiction, and it came back to me, but sometimes it won't. And I'll just forget what I'm talking about. Has anybody had that? But anyways, yeah, so it came back, but I didn't do this point as well as I wanted to because I blanked.
Like, they always say my body, my choice, right? But historically, men had no choice what to do with their body if they were drafted, right? I mean, like, they would literally be rounded up and sent to die in war. So I don't know why we have this idea that women, like, in a way, we were a protected class because we didn't have to fight and die to maintain civilization. Men had to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you could argue men were more oppressed than women. Because like, what our oppression is cooking and cleaning, really. And that's really what I'm getting at is it's just to the point where women are spoiled brats. I did a show the other day and I'm just like, what more do feminists want? You don't have to cook. There's Uber Eats. You have every reproductive right. Like in the UK, you have abortion up to 6 months. How much more time do you need, ladies? That's insane. Like, that's crazy. And they say it's about equality, but then why don't men have equal rights when it comes to their kids?
Yeah.
Why isn't it 50-50 custody of no child support, no alimony?
All right. So that was a fun show. I hope I get to go back on. I haven't been on Talk TV in a while. I kind of stopped doing shows for a while because I'm really not that argumentative of a person. And so I got really tired of arguing, especially with dumb people that are just willing to go lower than you. It's exhausting. Book reading and meditating will help with the mental blanking. I was thinking I need to read more. Read the Bible. The Bible can't save me. I'm too ruined. I'm too ruined. Yep. You know, Nick, if you don't have a deep instinctual contempt for women in general, you're not going to make it. I don't want to watch this whole clip. Where was this energy with Sarah Stock? Pearl, am I ruined? Oh, I'm ruined. Completely ruined. Big ruined. Not as ruined as Sarah, an abortion by 22. That's pretty bad. Oh my God. Meditate. I do think I need to meditate. I do think that would be helpful. But I want to get this documentary done first, and then I'll look into meditating. Because I'll tell you how I learn things, all right? There's always this base in the beginning of me like learning the thing, and then I can do it automatically. But it takes me so much mental energy to like change a habit or like learn the thing, even if it's meditating, which is doing nothing. That probably sounds crazy. Oh, then this is my last show. Hey, Brett Cooper and Candace Owens. If Jeremy is such a creep, why does Reagan appreciate him so much? Why does he hire so many women? So Brett Cooper and Candace Owens had this whole thing about Jeremy being creepy. And it just really pissed me off. And it really pisses me off that the men don't call out any of the women for falsely accusing these guys. It really pisses me off. It makes me angry. So Candace Owens, and this is a rumor started by Brett Cooper, told to her mother, told to Candace Owens, because how else the fuck are the two people that know you spreading this rumor about how Jeremy said something to her about like firing her because she was getting married or telling her not to get married, which we don't know the context of the conversation. He doesn't get to say his side of it. And it's just kind of bullshit. It's like, you took your hush money, so shut the fuck up. Shut up. And it really irritates me. That grinds my gears. Jeremy looks like that guy. Well, then go to the fucking cops. Go to the cops, okay? If it's not illegal, then shut up. Shut up. Okay. All right, let's get into the show today. I'm going to start the show by doing my piano. This is very important. Oh, no. Don't be blackpilled. Well, then tell the cuck-servatives to stop blackpilling me. Hoes are gonna hoe. Keep it on the low. Hoes are gonna hoe. You already know. Keep it on the low. Hoes are gonna hoe. Hoes are gonna hoe. Keep it on the low. Hoes are gonna hoe. And everybody knows. Hoes are gonna hoe. Oh, I got a freestyle about this. Sarah Stock said that she was a virgin and she wouldn't do sex for marriage unless she was dead. Sarah Stock said that she was so different and that she was fucking her boss instead. Hoes are gonna hoe. Keep it on the low. Hoes are gonna hoe, keep it on the low. And everybody knew about them too. Hoes are gonna hoe, everybody knows. Thank you. Thank you. I'm basically Adele. All right, guys. On this show, we love talking about hoes. Now, I do want to make some disclaimers. On this show. I am very passionate about this topic because it hits close to home. I grew up with a million women just like Sarah Stock, and they irritated me to no end. So if I get a little too passionate this show, if I get a little bit off the rails, this does get me a little emotional, but when you get emotional, it means you care. So if I lose, what do they say? Frame the show. This just hits close to home. I hate seeing the grifting of religion. Now, I've always been honest about this. I myself, I'm not a good Catholic. I'm not overly religious. I barely practice, right? And I think part of the reason I barely practice is because it was so blackpilling and exasperating dealing with people like this. And I know what you're thinking, but Pearl, it shouldn't affect you. Well, it does, bitch. Well, it does. Going to church with a bunch of hypocrites, holier than thou, frauds, really does irk you after a while. And it's not that you believe that people are perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. But religion is not supposed to be used to build your reputation. Chastity isn't even supposed to be used to build your reputation. I should be able to tell that you're a chaste woman without you saying a word. That's why I get so irritated with these stories from women. Oh, I had one long-term boyfriend. It's like, shut the fuck up. Just be chaste. Don't wear heavy makeup. Don't wear slutty clothes. If you're this religious person, then look religious. I would love to just never hear about your religion again and just be able to see it. And occasionally you meet people that are so kind and considerate and so reverent and have such a reverence for their religion that it's inspiring, right? And I know people with a deep belief in their faith and they love God. And I think about those people and I think, fuck you guys for using this religion for your own personal gain. Fuck you for using your family for your own personal gain. So I just get this repulsion. I feel repulsed. And I don't think I should be the one delivering this message because I'm a flawed human, right? I have a ton of flaws. If anything, it should come from a man, right? It shouldn't even come from me. But I just get this repulsion and I can't shut up, the woman in me. The next point is it makes me genuinely sad to see what happened to the church. Now, I don't know if it was different 20 years ago, but when I go to every church on the planet ever, and they're all gynocentric, they all bleed and die to defend women's reputation, which you're going to see happen during this. It's sad because there's so many people like me that could be religious, but we just can't, or, would be regular church attenders, but it's like, there's nowhere for us to go because everywhere has this bullshit. And I think of my father, he's the most moral man I've ever met. And for some reason, the most moral people I've ever met, like people that would never do wrong, they're never religious, ever. Ever. And when you start talking to them about why are you not religious? Like what makes you not practicing or whatever? The common answer, my dad, the thing he told me was he was tired of gay men telling him how to live. Shout out to the priests out there. But my father, my dad was the type of guy who he would, like, when we brought our groceries to the car, he would go, if he saw someone with a bunch of bags, he would go over there, grab their bags and take them to their car too. My dad like never talked about the nice thing he did, but throughout the years, random people just tell me stories of how my father helped them. Well, you know, God forbid, whenever the day he passes away, he'll have a full funeral of people talking about how much he helped them, because he's just that type of guy. Didn't need any, you know, religion to do that. Didn't need, and you know, he was born Catholic, but I think there's so many people like this. I almost feel as though I was robbed of something, just like the Eagles. I was robbed of bands. I was also robbed of the ability to have a place that doesn't have this bullshit. You know, religion, Catholicism in particular, it used to feel sacred, but the older I've gotten, the more I see women dressing immodestly in church. The more I see white nights, like never ending white nights. The more I see men completely terrified of their wives in church. The more I see baptisms getting recorded on social media, the more I see, you know, think about how messed up it is that Catholicism is used as a way to build your brand. Like, you are using God for clout. I don't know. It repulses me. But you know, hey, I'm not saying I'm right? I could very well be wrong about this. But you know, you can't tell people how to feel, and this is how I feel, and I know there's a lot of people out there like me that feel this way. So now let's go back a few months and talk about the e-girl war. Because these are my disclaimers for the stream. Now we're gonna talk about what happened and what started this repulsion, what started this stream. All right, so Sarah Stock was a girl in the conservative space, and she was in particular, she debated someone about like sodomy on a Jubilee show, and it really took off her career. And when women's careers take off over nothing, I usually assume or subtly assume they're banging somebody. Somebody's teaching them or somebody's mentoring them, because women don't usually become famous overnight. But I didn't know. I didn't really care, right? It's not my problem. So anyways, a few months later, and I'm going to pull these tweets up, maybe a year later, I don't remember the exact timeline from when I saw her to when I started beefing with her. Sarah Stock goes viral because she posts a engagement ring. So this was the original engagement. Not this one. Here, hold on, let me pull it up. All right, deranged MAGA civil war erupts over engagement ring size. Do I want to read this whole thing? Oh, here we go. All right, so she has a picture. A jab about the size of an engagement ring has turned into a war of words between the right-wing online influencers. The civil war devolved into bitter and bizarre personal attacks, with the combatants hurling insults and allegations about each other's personal relationships and sex lives. It all began with a seemingly innocuous post showing off an engagement ring. The post was made by Sarah Stock, a self-described Christian nationalist and contributor to the right-wing news site Rift TV. She made waves earlier this year when she was one of the 20 MAGA devotees who debated progressive commentators Sam Seder in a YouTube for the YouTube channel Jubilee. We can show that. So yeah, this is what made her famous, if anyone cares.
From the xenophobic nationalism, don't you think that's better for Americans in general? Like
xenophobic nationalism is better.
We should have a coherent.
Yeah. So again, when a woman's talking like this, I'm giving you guys the inputs, how you can tell if a woman's doing some stuff. These are like red flags. If a woman's talking like this about foreign policy and stuff, I'm like, you're probably banging somebody that knows a lot about foreign policy, because women just don't. We like the drama, like Candace Owens, the conspiracy stuff. That makes sense. That's probably her own volition. It doesn't really make sense that a woman that, like a 22-year-old that looks like this, knows anything about foreign policy.
culture. Everyone should be a part of the same culture.
Which do you get to choose what the culture is?
We already have a dominant culture.
I mean, look, I got to be.
All right. Let me keep going. Go back to this one. All right. The photo, which showed a ring on Sarah Stock's hand, was announcing her engagement. I won. Many of the responses to this post offered their congrats. However, not everyone in the right-wing influencer community felt the same way. One critique came from Hannah Pearl Davis, another right-wing influencer and commentator whose YouTube channel had more than 2 million subs. Hottest right-wing e-girl taken off the market. Okay, that was a compliment, number one. Conservative women will always use their marriage and their family to build their brand. Oh, wait, I forgot to, okay, let me play this video because I clearly skipped it. I wasn't sharing it. Here, hold on. This is the girl.
Like, what's the problem with xenophobic nationalism? Don't you think that's better for Americans in general?
To
Like,
be xenophobic nationalism is better.
We should have a coherent culture. Everyone should be.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you know about anything? You're 22. You know what I mean? Like, what do you know about anything? Nothing, you know.
Part of the same culture.
Which do you get?
So again, usually that means you're banging somebody. Preferably the boss. All right, let me keep going. Okay, let me go back to this one. Stock took the bait and fired. It wasn't bait. And the funny thing was, I have been pointing out that women use their families to build their brand for months, years. And the reason I pointed out is because when women are unsure of something, we go to the group. So generally speaking, when a woman is posting her husband or her boyfriend a lot, the reason that they do that is they're unsure of the boyfriend. And I was vindicated. So Stock took the bait and fired back with a racially charged dig about Davis's sex life. So I have a black ex-boyfriend, and the Groypers and the white nationalists just don't really like that. He was a good guy. I got nothing against him. It didn't work out. We were incompatible for whatever reason, but he's a good person, right? I say nothing but nice things, but these people, they can only see, which is interesting because I'm someone that sees race, right? I'm someone that sees race. I really do. And I have my, critiques of black culture all the time, but if somebody's a good person, I'll put it aside. You know what I mean? It's whatever. But so anyways, then she crashes out. So she starts insulting me. And then all these other girls get involved. Emily Saves America talked about the ring size. I mean, I don't need to go too much into this, but basically, then Morgan Ariel, like, it just, the gloves came off. Everybody started insulting each other. I don't really think we need to go through the whole thing. It was pretty funny. She said it was hilarious. Should I go through it again? Maybe I will. Okay. One, I'll do the first 4 people. 1 in the chat if I should go through the whole thing again, or 2 if I should just paraphrase. Oh, they want me to go through it again. All right. I'll give the people what they want. All right. Let me just pull up the tweet. Oh no, she deleted her account. So all I have, all right. They don't. Actually, I don't know if I can, because I'd have to find an article with all of the tweets. And I don't know if these articles are going to pull up some of them because they're raunchy. Okay. But essentially, I was actually defending a woman. That's how I got put in this crossfire. So I do my general observation, which if you watch my show is about human behavior and patterns. That, hey, she's using her marriage that's supposed to be about God. She's using it for money, makes you think it's less genuine. I think that's pretty logical. She crashes out. She says, Pearl, you're banging black guys because I got the black ex-boyfriend, right? This is like a grave sin to them. I don't get it, whatever. Then, you know, what's her face? Emily comes in and says the ring size. So then she starts making fun of I'm not really with the ring size. I'm just like the building the brand. Morgan Ariel comes in and says, you got finger blasted in the lobby to Emily. I guess Emily years ago made out with some dude in the lobby. I don't know what happened. But, and I'm like, Morgan, I don't know why you're slut shaming her or whatever, because you have a video on the internet talking about how you have HPV. I'm kind of defending Emily because I'm like, what is, maybe she did some stuff, whatever, but Emily certainly does not claim to be traditional. And she seems a lot less bitchy than all of you guys, I got to be honest. So, and then she got mad, you know, then she's like, you probably have AIDS. And I'm like, you guys are really, I'm racist, but I'm like, you guys are really racist. You know what I mean? So it just kept going. It kept getting worse. All right. I know. It's just getting. And really, my initial point was just the building the brand. Because I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't talk about it much. I was the kid that was used to build a brand, and it wasn't fun for me. I did not enjoy it. It's very annoying when someone in your family is putting your phone in your face every family function. You have to take an hour of pictures. You know, that's really my only point. And I just want you to know, a lot of times the women doing that are fucking nuts behind the scenes. All right, so I am going to say before I get into this topic, I'm not even judging, right? But I find this behavior repulsive. I'm not without sin. I'm not. I have my issues too. But during this e-girl war, I pointed out to Sarah Stock, using your marriage to build your brand is a bad idea. You are in politics. Politics is not a fun place. You are putting your family in the middle of it. That's a selfish decision. That is selfish. So if you choose to do that and it blows up later, I don't really feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for you in the slightest. Because why did you do that? Anybody can be a commentator without putting you don't have to know anything. Again, this is using the sacred sacrament of marriage for a platform that is a sex work funnel. Social media for women is a funnel to sex work. So think about, it's a funnel to other suitors. It's a funnel to sugar babies. Think about how fucked up it is to use your marriage on your funnel to other men. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Milo's post. I know it's pretty fucked up, right? I'm not even against women working or whatever, but like I think I can call out what you're doing. And I've been the kid, right? I've been in a public relationship, and it was a mistake making it public at all. I could say this from experience. It is not a good thing. And again, when I'm saying that, now there's some hate in my heart because she was an absolute bitch to me for no reason. I was not insulting her. It was not meant. I'm just pointing out this is what you're doing. But when people are committing fraud and you point out the fraud, they don't like that. Because in a way, you're frauding people by saying I'm religious and my marriage is sacred. But here it is on social media, right? That's fraud. You're taking the money, right? You're taking the money and you're taking the attention and the likes. And you're You're frauding your audience because it's obviously for money. By your action, it's the same thing with Brett Cooper, right? She kind of LARPs traditionalism too. But I'm like, Brett, if you valued your family, it wouldn't be on Instagram. It wouldn't, right? You wouldn't have your husband and his friends all over your social media. You're using private moments to build your brand. And they say they don't care, but generally, men make concessions in order to make their women happy. So again, this is not to judge them. My initial post was actually to be helpful. I could have, as a woman on the internet, I can give you advice on, missteps. And none of this, by the way, had she not used her marriage and her family to sell purity and build her brand, this would not be a big scandal. People would move on. Both of them. Both of them used their family. And now it's blowing up in their faces. Okay. I'm in touch with Elijah. I told him to get off the internet for a few weeks and go to rehab. It's better for everyone to just rip the Band-Aid off. So I'll show you over the next few hours the info doing the rounds in private, or at least what I'm able to confirm. All right, I've seen a dossier someone's putting together. Everything is coming out. My advice is to check yourself into a facility sooner rather than later. There may be a life for you after this, but it's going to depend on being totally honest about all the details, and it's going to require sympathy. As far as I can see, drug addiction is the only card you have left to play. If I were you, I would go out of my way to be generous and decent with the wife and the kids. The cross-filing in other states for divorce is insultingly childish and stupid. Observers will be asking, haven't you put the bitch through enough? The investors don't matter. If they met you and wrote you a check, that's on them. I'm sure it will be a while before you're ready to put your life back together. But when you are, I will help you. I've been trying to signal to you for the past year to cut with the bullshit and talk to me. I was hoping we could avoid this. Now, look, I don't really care. Like, to me, water is wet. The sky is blue. Conservative commentators cheat on their wives. I mean, that's like, duh. Come on. Come on. So I don't really care too much about that. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't really, but we do, because again, you grifted Catholicism and you used your family to build your brand. What do you mean? Cease and desisting people right now, but I got my car back, so that's good. Are you stupid? What do you mean? Wait, just seeing the top of this. Hey man, I'm going through some tough things. Can you help me here? Shot you a call. Your tweets have been so erratic and insane that people are asking if you killed your family. There is a dossier being circulated that reveals all the details about Rift's collapse, your drinking and substance abuse, the affair with Sarah Stock, the treatment of your wife, the sexual habits, the perversions, the prostitution. Your wife filed for divorce, and then you filing back in a different state so you can make out that you dumped her. It's safe to assume that everything about your life is about to hit the internet. Start at the beginning of my text now that you know this. You won't take it, but my very strong advice is to get off the internet for 2 weeks and check into rehab and be fucking nice to your wife. Whether or not you have a professional future at all depends on it. Milo, sometimes I like Milo. You don't know how the wife was acting in the marriage either. So you don't know if he wasn't getting sex from his wife. You have no idea. And be very, nobody believes this horseshit you're either posting about your car either. You got away with being manic for a while, but the bill is now due. You're a poor liar. It is not your forte. You should find another profession, one in which you only need the truth. Okay, wait, where's the rest of this? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I might have to email it to myself. It's weird. It's a little bit weird. It was in the replies. Hold on. Let me go. I'm going to send it to myself because it's just being a little bit weird. Okay, let me go to the other tab. No, not that one. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I thought I had it. I didn't have it. Okay, I'm gonna have it 1 second. Oh, here we go. Let me unmute. Okay, here's the thread. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't. Okay, here we go. Let's start with Sarah Stock. If your husband doesn't know, now is the time. I understand that you won't see it like this for a long time, but as you can see from the above, it is better for everyone that things come out in one burst today instead of metastasizing over weeks. Don't let him find out from anyone else. In February of 2025, Sarah Stock and Elijah Schaefer began sleeping together. The affair ended on the day she got engaged, about 6 months later. In that time, they experienced multiple pregnancy scares. It is alleged by one former acquaintance that Sarah got at least one abortion. Stock and Schaefer had sex on the day they met at the CPAC conference. In recordings of Stock confessing the affair, she claims large amounts of alcohol were involved. They told each other they loved one another. Elijah told her he was thinking of leaving his wife for her. Stock's husband met Schaefer many times, but he did not know about their sexual relationship when he proposed. In this recording, Stock can be heard admitting to the affair, adding that she does not plan to tell her husband about it. So let's see. Can you guys hear it? Can you hear it?
Obviously was my fault too. What happened between us, but even that was like not like I don't know. I felt like it was like he got me like very intoxicated. Like I don't even like remember.
So mind you, Nick, she's falsely accusing him. She's subtly falsely accusing him of raping her. Bullshit. Complete bullshit. She's spreading that rumor about him. Conservatives, Catholics. Bullshit. Hey, Pearl, big fans. What's your view on antinatalism? It's a made-up term. Women just don't want to have kids. Nothing? Nothing? Really?
Most of it, and I was even like thinking back because it was like at CPAC.
You guys can't hear anything? Let me see if I can turn the sound up on the computer. I don't think I can turn it up anymore.
The 2 nights, you're there, and the second night I was like breaking out in like a rash, and so he's like, "Oh, like get some Benadryl, it'll help with the rash." And like now I'm thinking back, and it's like that's probably why I like blacked out.
She's saying she blacked out because of Benadryl. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Bullshit.
Because he like intentionally gave me Benadryl and like fed me a bunch of shots and stuff, and like obviously that's like stupid on my part to like go along with that, you know, but at the same time it's like he obviously like knew what he was doing.
You see that? He obviously knew what he was doing. It's complete bullshit.
So he had it in his mind. Benadryl, what? Like, does that just make it increases like the toxicity or something? Like, gets you really screwed up?
Like mixing like a drug like that with alcohol.
When was what was this? CPAC?
That was when I very first met him in February.
Where was CPAC? I don't even remember this. Oh, that was in DC. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Benadryl for a breakout. Yeah. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, he is. I know how.
Again, like I'm saying, like I'm not saying I don't like have any fault in that. Like it like definitely like ate me up for like a long time.
Yeah.
I feel very bad about it still.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's It's tough, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about the guy now, but it's like it's probably worse that you don't. That you like the more that you learn about him and know who he really is, it probably makes the whole thing worse a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What is?
I mean, I just don't want anything to do with him. Like, I just.
I get you. I totally get you. What did he say about his family? Like, because obviously he has like a family and kids. What was his excuse with that though? Like, how would he justify that?
He's like, he was like, oh, my wife doesn't care. She lets me, like.
Yeah, and that's normal. My wife doesn't care. I'm telling you, a lot of these guys, their wives don't care. So don't really feel that bad for them.
She lets me run free or whatever. She doesn't care as long as, because I like take such good care of her, and she just lets me be a man and like do what I want and blah blah blah. Like,
Really?
he was like saying that stuff. Yeah.
He says like the wife doesn't care. Wow.
Yeah.
So he has an open relationship, huh? That's crazy.
Which, I mean,
Did you ever question that, or like?
I was like, that's definitely not. Like, I like realized that's not true.
Right.
But also like at the time, like it seemed like, I don't know, just like the way he acted and everyone acted around him and the things he would say around girls, it almost like seemed like that was true. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
and like obviously, like I deeply regret that, but also like I'm not a slut. Like, I mean, that's like a horrible thing. But
She's like, I'm not a slut. It's like, incredible.
it's not like I really am like sleeping around or have been.
So it's always what women do. It's like, it's incredible. Like, you don't tell me if you've been sleeping around or not. Just be chaste and pure, or don't. You know, you shouldn't even have to say it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to defend yourself.
It's kind of, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of just like not even true for like anyone who knows me. So
Yeah, I mean, you just had a fling with Elijah, and that's, I don't know. I guess he got upset about it. And he's just exaggerating. Yeah. I mean, did you? I guess you're not gonna tell anyone, huh? Or I guess I was gonna ask, like, would you tell your husband? I guess this is before your husband, right?
yeah, no, we weren't engaged.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm not telling anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I was like I said, like very intoxicated.
Well, he said like it was a couple times, like you were traveling around and like maybe in DC and New York and stuff like that. I'm not trying to.
No. I'll take it.
Okay. Stock alleges that Schaefer got me very intoxicated and that she does not remember all the events of the evening. She adds that he gave her Benadryl for a rash, but perhaps also to get her further intoxicated. She drank a bunch of shots and blacked out. Schaefer constantly questioned Stock's faith at the same time, or so several former employees allege, masquerading as an Orthodox Christian himself, wearing oversized religious jewelry. When he met Stock's husband, Schaefer kissed him on the forehead in the manner of a priest. Schaefer's affair with Sarah Stock will come as a surprise to observers, many of whom are convinced that Schaefer is, or at least was, gay. Others regard him as a cookie-cutter drunken womanizer. Both groups are correct. Look, Schaefer says he had a twink phase before he got married. A twink. Okay, now they're basically saying Schaefer's gay. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. But he certainly pulled a lot of e-girls. What is it with the metrosexual guys pulling like really hot e-girls? Destiny did the same thing. So I don't know if Schaefer's gay or not, but the fact that you have an allegation of being gay, you're a little fruity. You know what I mean? Women must love. Women must love the The metrosexual guys. Why did she confess to that dude? Well, women, we'll confess to anybody if they make us feel comfortable enough. So, okay, let me see. A little known fact about Schaefer is that he attended church with and grew up around Benny Johnson, whose house Schaefer attended sleepovers while they were both attending Calvary Chapel. Schaefer left the church in a hurry when he was discovered having sex with another man. Despite his own past, one of Schaefer's favorite subjects is Nick F. Is homosexuality a subject Schaefer returns to again and again? Okay. Sarah Stock comments in the second recording how much shit Elijah talks in private. By the way, I've confirmed that Schaefer's wife and children are safe. There are too many examples of the outrageous hypocrisy to list, but here's the kind of things Stock was posting online while she was near weekly and for 6 months cheating on her boyfriend with Elijah Schaefer. It is not known whether she insisted her husband wait till marriage. You see what I mean? It's like Catholics, there's got to be some barrier of entry. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be better. You need an I1 post. Can someone make me one? It's got to be better than whatever the fuck you're doing now because it's not working. Actually, that's not quite true. We do know that Sarah made him wait. She did because Sarah Stock's husband believed he was marrying a virgin. That's what she told him or allowed him to believe. What we don't know is how she explained not being intact on the big night. Vigorous horse riding has been known to claim the hymenal integrity of teen girls, though it's less common than women suggest. Elijah Schaefer's drinking, drug taking, and extramarital affairs have been relentless for the duration of his marriage, a union hastily arranged once he decided to pursue conservative media career. One thing that hasn't changed from Schaefer's days as a youth pastor, he still likes things shoved up him. Okay, I get it. He's gay. Or he thinks he's gay. Schaefer owns an electronic dildo. Okay, I don't care about that. Schaefer's on a cocktail. Okay, so they're saying he's on drugs. Wait, hold on.
And I'll just say, I'll just say this. I can't make you admit anything, say anything, but I will admit that I am playing a role in this, and that I am that it is immature, and that it should be dealt with differently. And I will also admit, outside of work, that my personal life, I'm having a hard time. I mean, I'm trying different. I'm
You know what? I bet his wife put this together.
trying to figure it out. But obviously, I am stressed, and I'm not dealing with it the way I should be, and I'm not. And it's not always I'm up till 12. Like oftentimes, it's the same thing. If I don't drink, then I can't sleep more than an hour. I'm tossing. I fall asleep at 6, and it's like it may look like I was drinking the same thing or not. Do I drink sometimes and too much? Absolutely. I consider myself more like having a binge problem. Even if it is only a couple times in a week, it's like I'll black out or whatever, and so that is problematic.
Okay, I don't really care. Out of respect for Schaefer's soon-to-be ex-wife and for the sake of his children, I am not reproducing messages between the Schaefers. Suffice it to say that Elijah's conduct as a husband and a father has been derelict, frightening, and neglectful to the extreme. I mean, I think the wife is going to put every bad thing that he's ever done. And I don't really think that's fair because what has she done? You don't know what she's been doing for the marriage. And men are never going to out their wives the way that the wives will out them. After years of infidelity, insensible drunken rants and abuse, and even being falsely implicated in felonies, Schaefer's wife filed for divorce. Okay, don't really care. Schaefer faces a messy divorce, more difficult because he is broke. Okay. And it's not a bad thing, him being broke, then she can't take it all. Now they're going to say all these people were assaulted by him when they probably just banged him. Okay. So I'm not really concerned. I don't really buy the whole they were assaulted by him. I'm sure he flirted pretty hard and was handsy with them, I'm sure. But grow up. I think any girl that screamed at him, get away from me, he probably would stop. So, drug problem, probably. I'm sure he did drugs. It's pretty common in the industry. Coke is a A lot of people do coke. People like Elijah and Sarah, the conservative equivalent of rock star musicians and groupies, except rock stars do not pretend to be virtuous in public. Yeah, exactly. Now you might say, okay, now let's see. So there's a couple lessons we can kind of learn from all of this. And the first lesson is that we really got to stop caring what women say, because while she was doing all of this, she was tweeting, most men will do whatever they can get away with. That's why there's an old saying about the cow and the free milk. She's giving away wife privileges on a girlfriend's salary. Why would he propose? So this post is to virtue signal. She's saying, why on earth, sex outside of marriage is bad. And women that say that, they tend to just give sex to another guy and make you wait. So as we can see, look at this. She got the Pope to bless their marriage. Even the Pope can't save these hoes. Isn't that incredible? Oh, shit. Damn it. I do this every time. Okay. Let me go back. This is men will do whatever they can get away with. Here you go. And then now this is the Pope. So the Pope is blessing her marriage as she's banging her boss. This is why the red pill doesn't need marketing. This is just, I'm letting you know, Nick, Groip, whatever. This is the marketing to never date or join the Catholic religion. Because women are allowed to be the marketing for it. And they're never held accountable. They're just co-signed. So, Sarah Stock told me it's really easy to not have sex outside of marriage. You can't have a society that expects people to get married but places a barrier on any sex outside of marriage. Casual sex is terrible, but having relationships that lead to marriage will be very difficult without sex. It's actually not hard. People have been doing it forever. So again, this is like she's saying this as she's doing that. You know what I mean? The idea that women who are waiting until marriage are doing it to manipulate men into marrying them so they can leave and take all their money is kind of schizo, in my opinion. You probably have a 0.01% chance of that happening. Everyone who is going to be a forever bachelor and never procreate because they're not willing to take that risk, especially with a woman they love and trust. Waiting until marriage has a statistically better result for the marriage. She's doing that while banging her boss. Isn't that incredible? Incredible. Women. So it doesn't really matter what women say. The marketing is going to be in itself. And by the way, this woman was terrible with power. Completely a complete cunt to everybody involved. So, people, I was talking to Rachel recently and I'm like, there's tells that you can tell women are lying about their purity. And one is, she moved from Canada to Palm Beach to she's moving all over the country. If she didn't stay in the same place from childhood, never co-sign a woman's purity. Sarah Stock's tweets that did not age well. Sex is bad for the soul outside of its intended purposes. Wrong. Real Christian men want to get married because sex outside of marriage is a sin, regardless of whether you've committed the sin before. No, having sex outside of wedlock is a sin against the baby that results from it. And this is the most incredible one.
Hi, I'm Sarah Stock. I'm 20. I'm from Newport Beach. I'm
An abortion by 20, diabolical.
single. I've never had a long, serious relationship.
And, the conservatives, what'll happen is she'll say, oh, they're lying. And I'm like, conservatives, are you stupid? How do you know? Does this seem like an honest woman? Like you can take her word about any of this? Idiot.
Relationship or anything. I've had 2 pretty short relationships and a lot of first dates kind of thing.
How many first dates would you say you've had?
No idea, to be honest.
More than 10, more than 20, more than 30?
I don't know. Probably around 20 over my life.
Okay. What's the longest period of time that you've dated a guy?
Like 2.5, 3 months, I think.
Would you call it a situationship?
No.
Have you ever called somebody your boyfriend?
Yeah.
You're also religious, correct?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Are you waiting until marriage?
Yep.
Have you always waited till marriage?
Yes.
You both are virgins, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
No shame, just
Yeah.
okay,
Right
cool.
on. I said yes.
What's your body count?
It's 8. 4. I can give like a roundabout.
Sure.
Like 120.
120, okay.
4.
4.
8. 0. 0.
0.
Whoa.
That's a
Okay.
lot of virgins.
Jake.
Surrounded by purity here.
Yeah.
I feel it rubbing off on me. That's between me and the man upstairs.
Yeah, you see how the man is smart? He's like, I'm not going to get caught later. And he says, I'm not going to signal purity here. I've banged too many hoes. Where the women, and that's the thing, the women could have just said nothing at all. Nobody put a gun to their head and said, hey, you must signal purity. You must, you know. There's one more person I'm going to send this out. I'm going to send it to Emily Saves America because she was a part of this e-girl war. Okay. Okay, so now why do people care so much about their personal life? Hold on, let me get this copy.
You joke around, you can make mistakes,
Wait,
but we don't
hold on. When you talk like this, guys, you are just asking for it.
You can joke.
You are just asking for it. Okay.
You can joke around, you can make mistakes, but we don't accept the fallen nature in us. We still have to come close to God, come close to his church, and we've got to seek to have transformation. No matter how many times you fall, the Bible says you fall 7 times as a man, but the righteous man, he gets back up. His bag showed up, mine didn't. I called American Airlines, like, I don't know where your bags are.
Why are you going to El Salvador?
Because I worked. I'm friendly with the government down there. I work in. Let's just say I liaison from the interests of America are in El Salvador, and I help represent some of those interests. And so we like men who are brave, who are pushing the Overton window, who are trying to destroy the current system. And
You know what's incredible? He wanted me to debate Sarah Stock on his show, and he said, I quote you word for word. And I actually like Elijah. I don't really care about the cheating and whatever. But you messed with an e-girl who crossed me, so it's unfortunate. He said, I like both of you, so it'll be fair. You did not like me as much as her, I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much.
we're not so concerned with their immoral impulses, basically, because everybody knows, like Trump, even he's married multiple times.
Taking a walk with the family, reflecting on how thankful I am to be so passionate about what I do. Got the opportunity to move around the world 5 times with my own family and work with an incredible team. You gotta not. Wouldn't do that.
It's weird how so many people get upset with the whole trad wife trend and try to say that you can't be a traditional wife or a traditional woman if you're living in the modern era and if you're posting about it.
Posting something about your family is normal because they're in your life. Posting about your kids and showing their faces online every day, every day, and telling other men to be like you is something that I would say,
You're also religious, correct?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Are you waiting until marriage?
Yep.
Have you always waited till marriage?
Yes.
Young women are what I think one of the biggest problems in society today. And it's not because women are bad by nature, but it's because they have been indoctrinated after years and years of propaganda and feminism.
She's like, hottest right-wing e-girl taken off the market. Conservative women will use their marriage and family to build their brand.
He said it was a couple times.
of you traveling around. Stock and Shipper had sex on the day they met at the Summit Conference. They told each other they loved one another. Elisha told her he was thinking of leaving his wife for her.
And Newsom literally looks like a Hollister model in this photo. Like, he looks incredible. This is crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna play this one full clip. Oh yeah, this was. Hey, let's set something up with you and Sarah Stock ASAP. We can meet you at your studio and I'll moderate. I'm neutral because I like you both. Neutral?
Question.
What bullshit is that? Bullshit. Oh my God. Okay, but this is the full clip.
Question why you would do that as a man, but as a woman, I think the reason why that's the case, Pearl, is because some women actually have families. That's unfortunate. I'm just saying.
Now none of us have families, so welcome to the club. Incredible. It's like it's incredible. They speak like they all think like it was incredible to me. I'm like, how could you talk like this so condescendingly? I didn't insult you. Like, knowing you guys were doing what you were doing. Fuck you.
Maybe if you had one too, you would also, perhaps be doing that.
Which I think she's angling for.
Question why you would do that as a man.
This is like a long. I'm like, you got incredible. Okay. On top of that, so I'll show you when she came on my show. 2:39. So she actually called into my show to discuss the tweet. And she was so bitchy for no reason. Zero reason. And so, Rachel, I was telling her how I could figure it out. You got to ask yourself, I do streams on e-girls all the time. The ones that crash out always have something to hide. How bad? It depends on the e-girl. But Brett Cooper, I've done a million shows on her. She doesn't crash out. Does not crash out. Tell me when she's on because I can't see.
Sarah, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sarah, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. I was just hanging out with my family all night. Have you guys been doing this? Like, how long have you been doing this show for? Because I feel like you guys have been doing this for a long time tonight.
We're here every night. So what's up with the gaslighting, Sarah? What's up with the calling me a whore? I didn't insult you. What was that about?
When did I call you a whore?
That was your first comment to me. Are you going to gaslight me more today? And I'm trying to be real here. So
can you find any exact quote?
Bruh. See this? That's a bitchy woman. I don't care what Jesus cross that you have.
Where I said that about you?
Yeah, you're saying I'm getting run through by black guys. It's kind of rude. It's not.
Is it true or is it not?
That's not true. Question. But I mean, if you want to insinuate that,
that's fine. Your current boyfriend and your previous boyfriend. You're not
Dominican. Dominican, and he speaks Spanish. Sorry. It's like incredible. It's just incredible, the audacity.
Married to either of them. So how is that?
Okay.
And that's just what we know about. So I don't understand.
I understand, but I just don't really understand that energy. I didn't insult you, right? Did I?
I would say you did. Yeah.
Okay. How did I insult you?
I'm someone who's like 10 years younger than you.
You what?
I said, I'm someone who's 10 years younger than you, getting engaged to be married. And instead of just saying I feel like I've been pretty nice to you. Like, we've been pretty friendly. And so I would just assume, there's people that I've argued with in the past that even were cordial enough to say congratulations, and he couldn't even just say something nice. Instead, he decided to attack my character just because I wanted to make an announcement that I'm engaged.
Okay. What are you doing when you're posting on social media? What's that for?
It's making a public service announcement.
Okay, but to
my
who?
fiance wanted me
I
to
know.
make to let people know,
I
that I'm
but
taken.
okay. To who?
Which, by the way, I
To
wouldn't say
who?
that's good for my brand,
To who?
considering I constantly
To
get
who?
allegations that the only reason I'm popular is because I have male Sims.
Okay.
So would you not think that me posting that I'm taken would actually decrease my popularity, but I still decide to do it because
that you're
I
doing
love my
it.
fiance?
I think that you're doing it. I think when you're posting something online, it's gaslighting me to say that it's not for attention. I don't know you personally. You can be nice to me, but you're not entitled to the benefit of the doubt. And I don't understand why women go into
Pearl,
male
everything
spaces.
that I don't even know what that
understand
means.
why
Like
women
everything
go
that
into
anyone has ever
so
posted online,
I
you
don't
can just say is for attention. So it's just stupid.
Well, I just
like
think
when you
that's-
post. Okay, so you post everything for attention too. That's the whole point of the internet.
No, I post
like
for
what are you
money.
even trying to say? Why don't you just say congratulations next time? It just like
Well,
you just come across as jealous.
Well, you could say that, right? And that's fine. And if you want a virtue signal and say you're better, cool. You're a better person, you're awesome, right? There you go.
Thank you.
So, but my question is, if you're so great, then it's like, why the attention seeking? It's like, I don't think that you can really argue it's for anything other when you're posting something on social media, it's for attention. I think it's gaslighting. I don't think
Okay,
it's
so
immoral
that's everything
of me.
you've ever posted too. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So you posted like 50 different things about my engagement.
Well,
so that was all for attention.
I mean, I would say,
right? Is that correct? Is that correct,
I
Pearl?
would say it's my job. I would say it's my job. It's for money. I notice
so what's
trends.
my job?
I notice trends, but you know.
So what's my job?
I don't know. I don't know you. Let's read the original post. We'll go to it.
Pearl, let's just talk about like your entire job is just hating on women who have made better life decisions than you.
Okay.
Is that not true? Like,
oh my God, she said she made better life decisions. This bitch had an abortion. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's incredible. It's so crazy because I really don't for all the flack I get for being mean, I'm so polite. She's like personally insulting me. I'm not personally insulting her back.
is this your job hating on women who got married 10 years younger than you that didn't sleep with a bunch of black men?
I'm not insulting
and
you. You're the
like
one.
you're virtue signaling off of what
I'm not insulting
not
you.
getting married young.
I'm not.
I don't understand like what you think.
I'm not insulting you. You're insulting me. I'm not insulting you. Are you done? Okay. My post it wasn't personal at you. I've done the same post like 10 times. So again, remember, I've done this same post 10 times. She's the only one that's crashed out. That's how I knew she was hiding something. At least he wasn't married with children. I'm like, yeah, we were together like 2 years. I mean, he was a good person. I don't know what the big deal is. I understand from the groiper, but if you're a normal person, it's really not that big of a deal. I didn't hurt anybody. Just, we didn't work out. It is what it is. It really wasn't. I actually gave you a compliment off the bat. I said the hottest right-wing e-girl's taken off the market. But conservative women see, this is why you guys would have to know she's not pure. This is why simps and conservative men are so stupid. You guys get obliterated because you listen to what women say. Watch how she's acting. That's not a pure woman, right? That's a woman that's been ran through because only a ran through woman's that bitter, right? Bitter women do that. Women that are not bitter and not ran through, they give people the benefit of the doubt. They don't go into things like this bad natured, right? Based on her behavior, I would say Brett probably is the least ran through the conservative e-girls. I can't say, right? She went to UCLA, so I'm sure she did some. But I mean, this is like the sluttiest whores on the internet because they all come to conservatism. So these are going to be the worst of the worst. But it's like because she doesn't crash out, right? She stays calm. Hold on, let me keep going. Cannot help but use their relationship and their kids for attention and clout and money. That's just factual. That's a fact. If you're making money on your account and you're getting followers, if you're making money and you're getting followers on your account, and you're using your private relationship to grow it, that's what it's for. Now, I'm not saying you do that all the time.
And what are you doing with your entire career?
I'm not
also,
saying
you've
that
posted more revealing photos than I've
I'm
ever
not
posted in my
saying that
entire
you do
life.
that all the time. I'm not saying that you're wrong for doing it. I'm not. I didn't say you were immoral.
Well, then why are you even saying it? Like,
because it's
normal people don't take someone's happy life event and try to like shit on them for it.
Well, I'll tell you why.
That's not like you realize that's not like a socially adjusted thing to do.
I'll tell you. I get it. You're the very popular one, and I'm unpopular. I get it. Okay. So the reason I said it is because I look at trends. And one of the trends that I have noticed is that men really have two choices on the market. It's the OnlyFans girls and the women that use their relationship for status and clout. I've seen this before your time. It really didn't have anything to do with you. I saw this growing up with the moms on Facebook. And that's always what they would do. They would post the kids, they'd post the ring. Anything nice their husband did for them would be posted.
And how did you feel about that, girl? Did that make you see with jealousy?
Well, it didn't make me. It didn't make me.
Like some people just like to share that stuff with their friends because they want to. Like, because if I see my friends sharing their family or their engagement ring, I'm just happy for them. I'm not like rolling my eyes.
No, I'm not
so,
rolling.
Like, if
I'm not.
I'm not. Eyes at something, it's because I'm jealous.
Well, no, I'm not rolling my eyes at you. I don't really know you that well. But what I had noticed, because I look for trends, is that the more women post about their relationship, they usually break up. And that's. Oh my God! I'm so fucking good. Sorry, I am so good. Oh my God, I'm incredible. I'm incredible. I am incredible. What I noticed with the women from my hometown, because this is why I hate debates with women, because they're just always willing to go so low. So low. I'm like, why can't we just talk? Sorry, did I scream in you guys' ears? I apologize.
Post in my entire life. Okay, people, but guess what, Pearl? You post about the black men that you're sleeping with. All right. Can you post about the black men that you're sleeping?
Can you for 2 seconds go outside of yourself? Can you not make it about you or about me? Is that possible? Can you do that in a conversation or no?
I muted her. Let me know when you want me to unmute her.
Yeah.
She just kept talking.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Sarah,
this is
this is going to have to be a discussion where you're going to have to let Pearl talk on her show.
This is before I could control the mute button. You guys are like, why do you mute guests? Fucking that's why. Bruh.
So I'm going to ask you to unmute, but you can't just keep talking over the host of the show. So unmute, please. And let's try to have a civil conversation.
Who even is this that's talking right now? Who's the guy?
God help your husband. You can just kick her. Oh my God. God help your husband.
Is this another black man you're bringing into your life, Pearl?
Oh my God. God help her husband. God help her.
How many are there?
This is like black person level IQ rebuttals.
Oh my God. God help this.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm old. I'm 40. 42, actually. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Doug. Oh my God. I was so irritated at the time. I'm like, why isn't she kicked? Oh, Doug, are you still there?
I'm here.
You can kick her. She's not going to be respectful, so you can just kick her.
Okay. Well,
she's going to be rude.
Well, it was good talking to you. Well, not really.
Yeah. Sorry. It's like, God help her husband. Oh my God, this is even better than I thought. Are you watching? Please clip that stream. Please. I need my editor. Please clip that stream. The old one. Doug MPA, send it to the editor. Get the timestamps because I forgot how incredibly I predicted this. So, okay. Now, how could I tell, right? Because of the attitude. Let's say she was a virgin, not, but like, let's say she was. Virginity gets you nowhere if you have that type of attitude. That attitude is worth like 50 bodies. Because you remember, when I anger them, that's the real them coming out. That's how they'll treat their husbands. So when she starts personally insulting me, you think she's going to treat, I'm a random stranger on the internet. Do you really think that when her husband, who she's emotionally attached to, pisses her off, she's not going to crash out? So, you know, that the way women treat me when they're upset, that's how they're going to treat their husbands. Tortured. I forgot, that was even better than I thought. Oh my God. That was incredible. So look, this is my, okay. So I want to show that there was zero humility from Sarah in any point in this. None. Zero humility. She was mean to everybody. She was rude to everybody. And now she's asking for grace later. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Oh my God. So my point is, religious people should be angry. Okay, wait, hold on. There has to be some barrier of entry for religious people to be taken seriously. You're Catholic? Fine, prove it. Enough words. It's got to be actions. Actions. She's out here bitching at people with zero correction from anybody. You know, if you want to be a part of the community, you have to listen to correction from the men in the community. That only makes sense. Okay, so Sarah ends up apologizing, and this was the worst apology I've ever seen in my life. Incredible. I've never seen an apology so bad. A lot of what have been said about me is completely untrue. So deny and gaslighting, which, by the way, she's had a history of doing. That being said, there are mistakes and unwise decisions I have made that I deeply regret. I apologize. So doesn't specify. Part of an apology is saying exactly what you did wrong. I apologize to everyone who has been scandalized by this. Please pray. I'm logging off now. Then she asks for prayers. What about your penance, bitch? Oh my, okay. So I put for her help. Interview Taylor Marshall. I don't know who that is. You admit what you did wrong. You sincerely apologize. So what this would look like is, I slept with my boss and had an affair out of my own volition. This is what it would look like. In a recording, I blamed my boss, and I was wrong for that. I want to sincerely apologize to Elijah for falsely accusing him of getting me drunk. I did it out of my own volition. I would clarify that. I would also recommend that she reaches out to the wife privately, offline. I apologize to Elijah for tempting him when I knew that he was married, and yet I tempted him anyway. I apologize to his wife, both publicly and privately. I was so selfish self-centered, bitchy. I also want to apologize to all of the women that I've chastised for months. I was worse than all of you. Yeah, I want that. So then step 3, tell us what your penance is going to be. In order to make this right, I am going to return every penny I have made off of YouTube, and I will be donating it to a charity. I will also annul my marriage because of the embarrassment that I have placed upon my husband. I also want to apologize to my husband for frauding him and to the fans for frauding them and making them believe I was something that I am not. Look, I'm not a PR expert, but that would be better than this bullshit. Then disappear and go change your attitude and behavior and come back humble. Now, I don't know. Instead, what did she do? She runs away. Bullshit. Complete bullshit. I don't know why none of the men. I love Nick. I'm like the biggest Nick fan. But when I saw his comments on the Sarah Stock situation, I just was so disappointed. It reminded me of every trad cuck ever. I'm not saying he is that. I respect him a lot, so I feel a little bit weird criticizing him. If I'm being honest, I feel a little weird. I don't like doing it, but he's in media. I think he can take it. But complete here.
You know, I've known Elijah a long time, and, you know, we don't always get along, but this is a guy that's criticized Israel. This is a guy that's paid a price for telling the truth. When he was at the Blaze, he had me on the Blaze 5 years ago, before anybody was talking about these issues. And he staked his entire career on that. And that's a big reason why they tried to fuck up his life. That's a big reason why some crazy.
I really don't care about Elijah. Well, I kind of do. I do, because he fraud. You cannot use religion to build your brand if you're acting like that. You can't. You can't. It's just going to deter people from the faith. And this is just how I feel about it. You know, I understand people can feel a different way, but I think, you know, this stuff, when we watch, like, because this happened growing up, like a woman would completely crash out her whole family. And then the church leaders would talk like this. Oh, we got to offer forgiveness. It's like, without the penance, could we at least get a sincere apology? She took money from people who believed that she was Catholic. It's just how I feel about it.
Woman tried to sue him, why he got fired. And he's not a Boy Scout, but that was a big part of it. It made him a target because he actually was convicted about these things to tell the truth. Sarah Stock is the same also. And again, it's not, you know, I'm not going to opine on their personal lives. It's not my fucking business. People want to get in everybody's.
They made it everyone's business. They went out of their, nobody would care if they didn't make it everybody's business. They went out of their way to make it everybody's business. Yeah.
Business. I say, you know, consider the source. Who are the people that,
okay. We have a recording of her admitting to, all right,
that are spreading this kind of malicious gossip around, and who does that serve? Is that for their benefit? Or is that self-serving? You know, the people that are pushing the
she did the same thing. The same thing. She spread rumors about me. Where was my where was my white knight? Where was my white knight? I didn't get a white knight.
Gossip, revel in stirring the pot, revel in creating discord, and so
it's just a commentator's gonna lecture me about gossip. Really?
Going division and creating chaos. Consider the source.
Exactly. They made it everyone's business when they portrayed themselves as virtuous. That's my point. They didn't have to do that. And now when you go out of your way to portray yourself as virtuous, straight up lying to people, now you say, oh, it's a private matter. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. That's how I feel. And do you think a man would get this benefit of the doubt? I guarantee.
Everybody's got an opinion on what's happening in people's lives. Sorry to tell you, people make mistakes. People make terrible mistakes, and it does happen, and it doesn't excuse it, but it's really none of our business. And people are so quick.
I agree with that. But then it's the same thing. You cannot make things public. You cannot use your family for clout. And then this is what's going to happen. Nick's not concerned with this type of shit. But do you see, my point is this is feminism. And it's going to keep deterring people from it, from Catholicism. Whatever, I left a long time ago. But I'm telling you, watching this, blackpilling to me.
To judge and have something to say and have an opinion. I don't have an opinion about these people's personal lives. That's their business. That's their business.
He's talking about it now. Okay, well, maybe there's more. I'll wait. But I was so pissed. Oh my God, I was so pissed. I'm like, really? Okay, so the argument's back. Essentially, I'm going to paraphrase this. The argument's back where this is a private matter made public. Again, nobody would care. Look, had they not done what they did beforehand with the virtue signaling, I mean, shit, they're piling on to me. Nobody would care. I would not care at all. Well, I would say water is wet. The sky is blue. Conservative e-girls and conservative commentators, fuck. Like a tale as old as time. She also falsely, and this should be addressed, right? She falsely accused Elijah of rape with Benadryl. That's a fucked up thing to do. Nothing? Crickets? Nothing? Okay. She did not return the money she made. She did this whole grift, made a bunch of money. You got to return that, honey. Nobody gives men the benefit of the doubt, and nobody white knights for men when these kind of rumors circulate. But this is part of the internet. You don't get to make money off of your family and then cry when it gets made public. I think that's all I got today. What made me leave Catholic? I'm telling you, it's stuff like this. It's like watching a woman do this kind of stuff and there's no correction ever. And then, Nick comes out and says, take it easy, don't judge. I mean, that's like the typical thing that happens in churches. Take it easy, don't judge. It's like, all right. Okay, let's see. All right, I think I'm going to bring up, I can't believe how incredibly I predicted this months ago. I didn't remember it being that good. Just incredible. I'm going to send this, see if anyone on Twitter. I'm going to send this to a few people. Oh, another one. Hold on, I saw. And then do you know what started happening? The e-girls started responding and saying, I would never do this. And the men started believing them. It was incredible. The women are like, oh, but I would never do that. Really? Why would I believe you? The next thing was men started applauding her for leaving the internet. I'm like, what kind of fucked up shit is that? She left the internet after she's like running away from what she did instead of apologizing and owning it. and you guys are applauding her. I'm like, this white knighting, it's just never going to end. It is never going to end. And now I know if I got any Catholic church in America, I have to watch white knighting and cucking. Even watching Candace Owens, it makes me, I get angry watching her show. How mean she is with a Jesus cross in the background. Like I saw her insulting Jeremy Boring, and she was saying, oh, she was insinuating he was gay with a Jesus cross in the background. It's just incredible. Incredible. What up, Doug MPA?
This is so great.
Do you know what? I can't believe how well I predicted it.
You have a sixth sense for whoring.
I'm going to send it to you. I sent link on Twitter. If you want to come on. Okay, go ahead.
And it's funny because at the time, that's kind of a crash out, but to come back to that now, and here's the thing, like you got to trust your gut on these things, because we should have known that was going to come back around sooner or later. Come on now.
Well, I knew, but it was. All right, let's see if Emily's coming on. Sent link on Twitter. All right, we'll see. Sorry, she's. If you're still on, she's busy. It's okay.
Do Emily and Sarah have beef?
Yeah, where were you? The e-girl war.
Oh yeah, I do remember. Okay, yeah. How bad was it?
It was pretty bad. I mean, oh wait, hold on. Emily criticized her. She said like her ring wasn't big enough, and that.
Oh yeah, okay.
But now I think it was too big.
So okay, so if you were Sarah Stock's PR, well, I guess you said she should apologize, but what do you think her strategy should be moving forward? Let's say she were to call Pearl Davis PR crisis consultant. What would you recommend that she? What would be her 2-year plan?
No, I would do pretty much the exact apology, over admitting, over taking accountability. It would be like accountability, admitting, a really good apology, and then never talk about whores again, ever. That you will never speak about that. You're going to have to go a little bit more middle of the road, less extreme. And you can cover like foreign politics or something. If you do a good job doing that, people won't care.
So I wonder if a woman is trying to be traditionally conservative, ride that train and use her family for clout and stuff, and that goes away. Okay, so let's say there's two things: being entertaining and being a TradCon influencer woman. What percentage? Okay. This means that she's going to have to actually build a brand on being entertaining and being knowledgeable. How much more do you think she's going to have to work at being entertaining without having this TradCon thing going on?
She's lazy. Look at this bullshit. How many videos do you have? Like, yeah. I mean, when I was doing this stuff, I was posting every single day.
Does she have any comments on her videos about what just happened? Go to like her latest one. Look at the comment section.
Hey, care to update? You based traditional trad wife. It's so hilarious giving the news. This woman was cheating on her fiance until the day they married. It's like, you know what she's going to come out? If she's stupid, she'll come out and say, oh, I wasn't cheating till the day I was married. It's like, okay, bitch, it doesn't make a difference.
This video aged like milk. You see the bottom
Twitter news, is this account next? How was Elijah Schaefer? The girl's projecting her video tomorrow.
Go to the newest comments. Put it on newest.
Okay.
Newest.
Haha, wow. So you're going to address the elephant in the room. There's adulterers and baby murderers go to hell. 0 chance. The one on the right was a virgin before marriage. Sarah, there's forgiveness always. See, this is what I mean. White knights are always going to want to save the day.
So did she lose her virginity to her boss instead of her husband?
Doug, she lost her virginity to some dudes before that. Come on. Like,
didn't she say she was a virgin or something like that?
Why would you believe it? Like, obviously, her body count's like 20. Let's be real. Come on, like, let's not. Come on. And if she's a conservative woman, she's got like 5 bodies at least from doing some gluck or some bullshit, getting finger blasted or whatever.
And that's not counting all the backdoor action.
Yeah, let's just incredible.
Wait, what's that comment say? Go up. It says meet Sarah Stock. Popular right-wing Catholic trad wife influencer. February 2025 starts sleeping with Elijah Schaefer. She slept with Schaefer the day she met him. She slept with him only one day before her engagement. Multiple pregnancy scares. Did 1 abortion. She was engaged in August 2025 to Will Secka. Lied to her husband that she was a virgin and told him to wait until marriage. Oh.
Yeah, she really needed to. She should get an annulment. Like, that would make her look better. And like, if she got the annulment out of her own volition and didn't ask him to do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he might do it anyway, but like, imagine if she said, I'm going to go get this annulled. This was wrong. Like, so you don't even have to, cause that takes it off of him. Yeah, I would just get it annulled immediately. So, because it has to be like, you can't. And by the way, she probably another one.
Hello, my name.
Another one I predict to crash out from is this one. It's like these e-girls don't understand the irony. You can't grift a religion with like a full face of makeup. Like, women that are really religious dress modestly. They don't spend like 2 hours of their day on makeup.
Who is this girl? I've never seen her before.
Yeah, you have Savannah Stone.
Oh.
Normalize having women.
All these girls look the same to me.
Yeah, but like, they'll dress like slutty, and then you're like, okay. But yeah, this is all I got today. I think this is pretty much it.
Do you think she's going to make any kind of statement in the next like 90 days or anything?
Yeah, I think she will. Women love the internet. They can't stay away.
Okay. Who's she going to blame it on, do you think?
She's going to say that it was over exaggerated. Stupid simps are going to believe it because she's going to blame it on Milo and say Milo over exaggerated it.
Mm-hmm.
But which is pretty stupid. Like, it's stupid for you to argue over semantics. Like, okay, maybe she just cheated with her boss but didn't have an abortion. It's like, does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
You cheated with the boss. Like, that's enough. You're cooked. Like, that's bad enough that you cheated with a married, like, that you're out here saying you respect marriage and cheating with a married guy. Like, but she's going to say, oh, it was over exaggerated. Some of it's not true. It's like, it was true enough. Like, you should just accept and say, I was wrong. I did it.
Okay. Do you think that she's going to do the Derek Jackson where she drags her spouse on camera, holding his hand and addressing the audience, and he's going to have to sit there and look like a hostage, like he doesn't want to be there?
No, I don't know if she's dumb enough to do that.
You don't think so? To save her brand?
I don't think they'll stay together. I don't know. I don't know. Conservative men are such simps.
Yeah, that's what I was leading this to.
I don't think he'll be in the video, but I think they'll stay together.
Could you imagine? Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah, he's probably a big, huge simp. And how did he not know? Well, actually, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Even like
lots of women cheat and get away with it. So,
I mean, even the body count numbers that I hear from men, I'm like, you guys are retarded if you like men. Do you know the biggest sellers of female purity are men because they want to believe female purity. They like it's incredible. Like every time I tell a guy, like, oh, really, she did nothing till she met you. They have such an ego belief. Like, they want to feel like they were the one that cracked the girl and no one else could. that it totally gets them in trouble because like oh my God, like every time I try to explain to a guy that this girl he's dating is a hoe, they never believe me, like ever. It's like
I've seen guys get upset at you when you say something like that to them. It's like men, we automatically instill this honor upon a woman that we care about and we're sleeping with, and how dare you besmirch her honor, even if she's a lying whore and has a whorish past, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not even trying to. I think people misunderstand me. I'm not trying to judge, but I'm trying to be accurate here. Like that's what motivates me is accuracy. So, like if you committed fraud with your audience, you got to come out and say I committed the fraud. Like that's what you have to do. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I don't think that's gossiping. I think that's you guys put your shit out in the public. And I'm a little bit slighted. I'm like, Elijah, why would you moderate that debate? Fuck you. Like that was bullshit, to be honest. So.
Yeah. It's I wonder, how do you think this is going to affect Elijah?
He'll be fine. Men are always fine when they cheat. He'll maybe walk back some things and then, yeah, he'll be fine.
He might take a little time away to spend with his family.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, Bill Clinton was fine, right? Monica Lewinsky has to make a whore brand. Like, the men will always be fine in this situation.
That's true.
I think tomorrow I might do the beginning of the show of who she should have whored with. Because because I just think this was the worst pick imaginable. You cannot pick an influencer with a microphone that's like, if he's known for cheating on his wife, that means he talks a lot. Like if somebody has cheating allegations, they need to be allegations, not something everybody knows. So like I've heard that for years. So that, I mean, like it's like the women that slept with Tate. What is the downside he has from bragging about sleeping with you? Like that was, you got to pick, like if she fucked a congressman, that would have been a way better pick. That would have, they have a lot to lose. They don't want anything to get out. They're trying to be squeaky clean. So.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that's all I got. So thanks for coming on, Doug MPA.
Yeah, once again, your enemies usually take themselves out, and you just keep ending up being there to laugh at them.
I can't wait till H3 goes down.
Yeah. Just a matter of time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's why I always say, guys, look, don't put me on a pedestal. I'm not saying this from a place of judgment, but we got to be honest about this stuff. Okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you can. Subscribe to the channel. They do suppress me. And also, the divorce documentary, if you would like to donate to it, the link is in the description. It's the GoFundMe. Or you can email me, just pearlythings@gmail.com if you have a significant donation. Yeah. Roma charged me to a celebrity boxing match for charity. I don't really like dealing with crazy women. So I'd just rather we just never, she doesn't like me anyway. So I'd just rather we never speak again. I'm going to give her what you want. We can never talk again. And it'll be amazing. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah, here's the thing, debating women that are just always willing to go lower than you. It's just not a good place for me to be in, because if you're like, that's how I get killed. Like, I don't know if she'll hit me in the back of the head. I don't think YouTubers have great refs. I mean, yeah, I'm okay. And then this is what'll happen. They'll do a video and then they'll crash out and then they'll wonder why I don't want to deal with them. And I'm like, because you're so unpleasant and unlikable that it's just not fun for me. And then they're like, oh, Pearl's ducking me. And I'm like, you just don't seem like a pleasant person. who you are turns me off. You've crashed out on me for years, so forgive me if I'm not like dying to talk to you. You know what I mean? It's like, it's how I felt about that Marquette guy. I'm like, you're unpleasant. So I'm not dying to converse with you. So anyways, I'll see you guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.